How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to our channel, Trendline Forex here, with another video this week. At the end of the week. But what I'm going to show you is how I use the Volatility Trading Expert Advisor to automate my analysis. Now, you should only use this tool when you've got your own strategy and you can actually do an analysis, right? But this is what we're going to go through in this video. I'm going to show you the setup that I'm looking at and what kind of trading ideas I have around those setups, because we're going to be talking about euro dollar and pound dollar mainly, because right now I'm focusing on the major instruments. I think we have pretty decent opportunities, but instead of me trading manually and looking for the perfect moment to enter a trade, I'm actually going to use the Volatility Expert Advisor to do that automatically for me. And we're also going to follow the results that are going to come with it, all right? Because I've just set it up. It already started entering some positions, but I'm going to leave it throughout the weekend. And also, I'm going to give you an update on how the Expert Advisor did for the past few days. And this update is going to come out next week, so make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. But I started talking about the Volatility Trading Expert Advisor, and if you don't know what that is, well, this is our new tool that we actually released not long ago. And you can go over to our website, trendlineforex.com. There's going to be a link in the description below this video as well, and you can check out this page and find out more about how this Expert Advisor work and how it can actually improve your trading a lot. Right now, we're running a massive discount, so you can actually get the whole system, which is the volatility trading system, including our mentorship package. So you not only get access to the expert advisor, but also to all of our courses that are on our website, plus access to our premium Telegram channel. And this is where we send out daily video analysis and updates on the setups that we're looking at. So if you want to get access to over 15 courses, all right, and in each one of those courses there are few strategies. Okay, so if you want to get access to that, including the expert advisor as well, you should go for the volatility trading system. As you can see, it's currently discounted by 57%. Like I said, we're running a massive discount, which is only going to be available for the next few days, I guess. Also, we have the volatility expert advisor only, so you can get your hands on that if you already have some experience, if you know how to do your analysis, and if you have your own strategy. Then you can only take advantage of the expert advisor itself. But anyways, let's go back to the chart. Like I said, there's going to be links in the description below this video, so make sure to go and check them out after this video. Um, Now, what do we have here on euro dollar? This is the 4-hour time frame. In fact, let's go up to the daily time frame. So as you can see, we are moving in a bullish trend, all right? And I'm expecting that this trend will continue. So essentially, I'm going to be looking for levels higher than where price currently is, all right? Now, before that, we may have a pullback though. And I just wanted to say that a lot of people think that, price is already far too high. And a lot of people are actually looking to short this instrument, right? And not just euro dollar, but other instruments that are positively correlated to EU. But what I want to tell you is that you need to have a look at the bigger picture, right? Just zoom the chart out and see where price has been in the past. And as you can see, we've been not only 1.16, 1.18, 1.20, but we've been above those levels as well. So euro dollar has traded above the levels where you actually think that it cannot go past. Okay, but anyways, I'm going to be looking for a continuation to the upside essentially. And before that though, we can already see that price in a pullback, right? Now, where could this pullback potentially end? And we may see that reversal happening. Well, there are a few levels, and those levels make up a zone. And this is where the volatility expert advisor, at least in my case, is going to be taking long trades. So we're going to get to that in just a minute. But if you look at the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, I've got the Fibonacci retracement right here on this most recent swing move. Okay, now as you can see, we haven't even tested the 38.2 level. Okay, so this is the level of 1.1250, roughly right around there. So this could be a potential pullback level. Not only that, but if I zoom the chart out, and let me just do that in a second, you will see that we actually have previous major highs here on the 4-hour time frame, and this is right around the level of 1.12, so slightly below the 38.2 retracement level. And not only that, but just below the 1.12, we also have the 61.8 Fibonacci level, okay? And this is the level of 1.1054, 55, right around there, okay? Now, the thing is that those pullbacks are not even based on this whole move, right? As you can see, I've got my Fibonacci just on that most recent move, right? However, all those levels, like I said, they make up a zone. Okay, so from around current price levels down to the 61.8 is where I'm expecting that this reversal could potentially happen. And I really do believe that there is a higher probability that this is what we're going to see. We're probably going to see price forming up a higher low, higher than this previous one, and then continuing higher to at least retest the previous highs, but I'm actually also expecting to see a breakout as well. Now, this whole move could take some time to develop, right? Even if we see the pullback happening soon, then we may start trading around the same levels for a week, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe even a few weeks, all right? But this is why using the volatility expert advisor in this particular case would be very helpful, because with the volatility trading expert advisor, you actually take advantage of every little move that the market does, and you make profit doing that. So we're going to move on to my trading platform right here on MetaTrader, and you can already see that I am on euro dollar and I'm already into some trades here. All right, so here is the parameters window. All you have to do once you've done your analysis is to literally spend just a minute, maybe not even longer, to set up the expert advisor to enter based on your parameters, based on your analysis. So we're going to go for buy. Obviously, long trades is what we're looking for. 0.01 lot size on every single trade. Okay. Then you specify the entry level. Okay. Then we're going to be looking for buy trades. So we're going to set the quantity of trades that the expert advisor is allowed to open at any given time. Okay. So that means, in this example, once you have 300 open trades that are currently open, the expert advisor won't open any other trades until there is a trade that closes. All right. So at any given time, you're not going to have more than 300 buy trades. Okay. Then pips required for each new entry. Right here it says that on every 1 pip that price moves, the expert advisor will open a trade. Okay. Then on every 2 pips, it will close that trade in profit. Right. Then you choose your filling mode, and even if you want to, you can set it up to work in specific hours, and it won't be opening trades outside of those hours, right? Then you click OK, and then the expert advisor will start entering trades once it gets to your entry level, or basically the zone where you're expecting something to happen, just like it is in our case. So let me go back to the chart. Now, we've got this area right here where we want to see the expert advisor start to open some long trades. And what it essentially does is every time price moves to the downside with 1 pip, it will open a buy trade. So every time price moves to the downside, we're entering buy trades. Now, the next time price bounces off, let's say support or some sort of key level, it will then go back to the upside, right? So on every 2 pips of an upside move, it will close each one of those entries and it will close them in profit. Now, like I said, it may take some time for this setup to develop. Even if our analysis is right and it gets complete, then that means we should see price going back to the upside, right? But that could happen in a couple of weeks' time, could happen in a few weeks' time. And throughout that time, even if the market is trading sideways, this is even better for us. Why? Because, like I said, we're taking advantage of every little move, right? So we open positions every time price goes bearish, and every time it goes back into bullish price action, we're going to be closing those trades. So the longer it keeps trading sideways, the better for us. And at the end of the day, you're going to be making profits while the market is trading sideways. So you don't even need to see this breakout technically. Okay. Now, if you see that breakout, that's great because you were right. Okay. You managed to read the market correctly, and your analysis played out very well, and you're essentially eventually gonna reach take profit also. But the flexibility that you get with the volatility expert advisor is that you don't even need to wait for that breakout to happen, because you are making profit while the market is trading sideways or roughly around the same levels. Okay, now even if you start trading sideways and then instead of going to the upside, proving that you're right, instead of this it drops and let's say it hits your stop loss, the initial risk that you took with those entries is now going to be much smaller, because you would have generated profit in that move, in that sideways move. Even when the market is going to the downside, if you switch down to the 1 minute time frame, you will see that it does something like this, right? And it still manages to make profit in that move. So by the time it reaches your stop loss, depending on the setup, and of course depending on other factors, there will be times where you're actually going to be in profit, even when price hits your stop loss, because you're going to have a stop loss right here. But throughout that time, during that time when the market was approaching your stop loss level, it was actually generating profit. So overall, when you look at your account, there will be times, like I said, where you will be in the positive, even though you hit your stop loss. So this is pretty much what the idea is. All right. Now, what else? Apart from euro dollar, we also have euro pound, and this is something that we talk about on a daily basis in the premium Telegram channel. All right. So what is the idea here? Well, I'm looking at euro pound, and I actually think we're going to see a downside continuation. All right. Now, when it comes to euro pound, it really takes a lot of time for those moves to develop. I mean, euro pound technically is a much slower pair, right? But I am expecting that we're most likely going to see price breaking below this support and reaching lower levels. Before that, though, we may have some sort of a pullback, maybe another lower high right here, and then a continuation to the downside. But this is what I'm essentially looking at, all right? And I've been talking about this setup for a few days in the premium channel already. Okay, now if euro pound will be going to the downside, that means pound dollar will outperform euro dollar, right? Now we've already got some positions set up here on euro dollar. We're going to be looking for long positions, and even though I am expecting bullish price action on both those instruments, since we know that pound dollar is going to be outperforming euro dollar, we could also be looking for long positions here on pound dollar as well. And I already told you what is the reason for me to not look for trades on euro pound. It's because, for a move that, let's say, for example, pound dollar will take 1 day to complete, it may take a full week on euro pound. It's just a much slower pair. So there's not that much volatility compared to euro dollar and pound dollar, for example. So here is the 4 hour time frame on pound dollar. In fact, let's switch over to the 1 hour chart. We are currently trading at the 23.6% Fibonacci level. Okay, so let's say here I'm going to be expecting a further drop down to around the 38.2 at least. Okay, so 1.3150 roughly, because like I said, overall I am expecting to see bullish price action here on pound dollar, but before that I'm also expecting to see a little bit more continuation of those pullbacks, just exactly what we see on euro dollar right now. Okay, and if we are looking for the 38.2 as our retracement level, or maybe a level below that, because we've also got the 61.8, which is right around 1.30. Okay, this is also another potential pullback level. So what I did was, I actually, on one of my accounts, I set up the expert advisor to start entering long positions here on euro dollar in our specified zone. But I've also got another account where again I'm running the volatility expert advisor, and this is where I set up the expert advisor to start entering long trades on pound dollar as well. So let's check this out. And here is the parameters window on the expert advisor again on my other account right here. As you can see, again, we're gonna be going for long trades, 0.01 lots on each entry. We then have the entry level, okay, maximum buy orders, right? We enter every trade on every 1 pip move, and we exit that trade on every 2 pips. All right, so that means a separate take profit for each one of those positions, right? You then pick your filling mode, and again, just do it as you want. right? You can also save it as template, and then you can load it up next time you want to enter, start entering the same positions. But anyways, here is the pound dollar. This is the 1 hour time frame. So if I switch over to the 1 minute time frame, just for you to be able to see how the expert advisor enters trades. As you can see, we've got entry, and then we've got take profit on each one of those trades, right? And not only that, but you can already see, let me just move my camera a bit so you can see that better right here. You can already see that, we already managed to make some profit, and we haven't even seen our analysis being complete. This is what I'm talking about. As long as price is trading sideways, we are entering and exiting trades, closing those trades in profit. Okay. So the more we stay sideways, the better for us. And it's only the beginning of the automation of this analysis. Like I said, I'm going to leave those trades open throughout the whole day today, throughout the weekend, and next week I'm going to give you an update on the results that we got, with this type of setup and with this type of parameters that we set up on the expert advisor, right? So again, if you want to take advantage of this opportunity right now, you can do that. Just go over to our website, trendlineforex.com. Check out the volatility trading system page right here. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, we actually have a completely free course, a full course on how to use the volatility expert advisor. So you're going to learn a strategy that you can apply with this bot. Okay, you're going to learn how to set it up, what each one of those parameters means, when to use them, when not to use them, and so on and so on. It's a completely free course that you can actually watch before you get the expert advisor. All right. So again, it is currently running at a massive discount, so make sure to take advantage of that. And trust me, this is really going to improve your results, because it is much different than what you're used to as a standard trader. Because when you're trading manually, you basically have to wait for price to come to your level, then you have to wait for an entry signal, then you have to execute a trade if you get your entry signal, right? And then you have to wait and see whether price will go according to your analysis, right? And if it doesn't, it gets stressful. Even if it starts trading sideways, you don't really know whether you should keep that trade open, or should you close it at break even, or maybe accept a small loss and then look for another entry. Well, all of those emotions are now gone thanks to the volatility expert advisor. Because this is all we have to do. Just set up the bot to start entering trades based on your analysis, and then just let it run, right? Even if price is trading sideways without really doing much, you are still collecting profit. Even when it goes against you, you're not only losing, but you also make profit then as well. So this is significantly going to reduce your maximum stop loss on the trade that you've taken, right? If that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, again, go and check out the completely free course that we have about the volatility trading expert advisor. Of course, if you currently have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comment section down below, or just get in touch with me via Telegram. Join the free Telegram, by the way. Also, there's going to be a link for that as well in the description down below. Okay, so that's pretty much all for today. We've just set up the expert advisor. It already started running, entering some positions. So we will wait until next week and see what kind of results we got. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.